Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you all. I know it is a very, very weird time to be doing a live stream today because it is Monday. Let me go ahead and switch screens. We're gonna go ahead and jump right in, kick this off. Not gonna spend too much time waiting on the loading screen. It is a Monday, you guys. I normally stream on the weekends, either Saturday or Sunday. I believe mostly Sundays on this channel, and then for my art stuff, I'll typically stream on a Saturday. But we're gonna mix it up a little bit today. We are gonna stream on a Monday. I don't feel too terrible about this because my intention was to drop edited videos to my video gallery on Mondays. So in a way, I'm a little bit leaning into that webtoon banner on my channel that says mostly Mondays. It hasn't been mostly Mondays for a while, but we're gonna go ahead and lean into that today and let today be our mostly Monday day. I know it also probably means that most of you are going to catch this as a VOD video later, video on demand, a replay video later, since a lot of people have predestined places to be on a Monday, whether that's work or school, whatever your obligations might be, might make it a little tough to visit. But that's okay. That's okay. YouTube does a really beautiful job of preserving live streams and keeping them in your portfolio of videos so that people can come back and watch them at any time. So if you're able to join us here live, I'm so excited to have you. If you're watching this as a replay later, equally happy to have you join us on replay and drop a comment down in the comment section to let me know that you caught the replay. We are going to continue our solo challenge game today, and in order to do that, I'm first gonna have to go over here and load game, and we're gonna go to Solo Survivor and get that thing started up. As you probably noticed in the thumbnail for this video, we are doing our Solo Survivor run with the character Ember. We started this last stream. If you didn't catch that stream, that's okay. You can kind of glean what you missed just by looking at the gameplay here today. I do have the game paused in the top corner. I know you can't really see the pause button, but actually I kind of want to fix that. I don't really love, there we go. I don't really love that you guys can't see that. I do like the frame around the video. It adds a nice pop of vibrant color, but something very brief I wanted to mention because it seems necessary after the feedback I received in the previous video where I very briefly discussed, because I am an LA native. For those of you that don't know, I live in LA. And I very briefly discussed the protests that were going on here in Los Angeles and really around the country. We had the anti-ICE protest, and then we had the No Kings protest, which came later, which really went essentially global. But in my prior video, I had kept it what I felt was very considerate of all sides. And I had discussed, treating each immigrant as an individual, pleading their case individually, treating every police officer as an individual, not attributing police brutality or violence committed by one cop to all cops, because it's just, that's never going to get us anywhere. That was kind of my thoughts on that, and that is sort of where I went with that discussion in the prior video. But I was kind of shocked by the kickback I received from commenters. I had only two people who really put their whole chest behind it and left a comment with their channel name and avatar and everything. But then I noticed the like count on those comments, and I don't want to get petty because I really don't care. But it did let me know that there was a decent number of viewers who agreed with those statements. And the statements were to just sort of summarize, stick to gaming, you don't know what you're talking about, and keep talking favorably about protesters and you'll lose half of your subscribers. That was the message that my viewers were sending to me, and I would like to give them a message in return. I am a United States Navy veteran. You can probably tell by my t-shirt, proud veteran homeowner here. I am also former military intelligence. I have worked with NATO, and I have worked with all 5 branches of the US military. And I feel that I am well within my rights, and I am very entitled to, and I have earned the right to speak on politics for a country that I defended. And I still believe that my approach was very considerate of all sides. I think that I had handled it in a way that was very friendly, that was very considerate, that was very kind and compassionate towards people on every end of the political spectrum. But unsurprisingly to me, the right-wing viewers, the Trump-supporting viewers, and the MAGA, self-identified MAGA users or viewers were not satisfied with me being compassionate and being empathetic toward all people. And so they had threatened to unsubscribe. And I want to let you guys know that I encourage you, if that is how you feel, to unsubscribe and to find a channel that better meets your values and that matches your ethics and your standards that are playing this same game, okay? Because there are plenty of channels playing this game. What I will not do is let you come into my house and rearrange my furniture. Meaning, don't come to my channel and tell me what I'm allowed to do and say on my channel. First of all, I'm a veteran. I deserve to have an opinion on the country and how it's operated that I defended. And I don't want to hear from anybody else, any armchair warriors who like to join the military conversation when they find out you're a veteran. This is another little negative advice that's kind of like a little removed from the protests and current events, but this is just a little negative advice I have for people in general who are not veterans. But when a veteran mentions their service, they respond with something along the lines of, oh, I was going to serve, or I thought about joining, but I didn't because I can't follow orders, or I'm just too much of a rebel. And my advice for you is to please, when a veteran tells you about one of their experiences or about something that they went through in the military or something that they did in the military, do not feel compelled to try and to match them, like be like, oh, I know what you mean because I've thought about serving, or I considered it, or I was going to, but then I decided I couldn't do it because I can't follow orders. I want you to understand that sounds so silly. That sounds so incredibly silly, especially to people who have served, because of a few reasons, and I'm going to explain them. Firstly, you've been following orders since kindergarten. You learned how to listen and take instruction as early as kindergarten, if not earlier, in your household. And no matter what you decided to do to earn a paycheck after high school, you're following orders and have been since. So not only did you learn to follow orders in the classroom, you have been following orders to pay your bills ever since, whether you joined the military or not. So that I'm too tough to be a soldier because I could never follow orders. I'm just too much of a lone wolf, hard-headed, tough guy, whatever the persona is that you're trying to like associate with, like, oh, I was tough enough to be a soldier, but I couldn't follow orders. I was too tough, actually, to be a soldier. So you're not. You've been following orders the same as the rest of us. Like, military people follow orders. Well, so do people in a capitalistic society doing a job for a paycheck. You're all following orders. Everybody's following orders. Students in school are following orders. Kids at home doing chores are following orders. We follow orders. It's how society operates. We all follow orders. Please stop telling us you didn't join the military because you couldn't follow orders. It sounds silly. It sounds very silly. And it's very hard as a military person hearing that to not find it eye-rolling, and also kind of disingenuous. Like, you're being very disingenuous about our service by trying to grift a little bit of valor off of shoulda, woulda, couldas, when there's really no need for that. It's just senseless and silly. Really what you didn't do, you were following orders You just didn't have to fight in a war. That's the difference. We're all following orders. You're just not going to have to fight in a war when you follow your orders. And that's kind of the difference between joining the military and joining the workforce. Otherwise, yeah, we're all following orders. So please stop saying that. And also stop silencing veterans. Don't come to a veteran, like maybe you didn't know I was a veteran and you were like, oh, silly girl who plays video games. Stop talking about government things. You don't know what you're talking about. First of all, after I got out of the military, I then went into the government sector and I worked for the government. I was working for the government. And so I have still stayed clued in. I'm still aware. I am still exposed to government operations and government standards and work and all of that. I don't have any very specific examples I want to give you, so I'm trying to use very like loose terminology here, but I hope you understand the point. Don't go up to a creator whose opinion you don't agree with and tell them you're a silly little girl, just stick to gaming, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know who we are when we're not just hanging out on YouTube. Like when we're hanging out on YouTube, this is our free time, this is our playtime. Hi Neil, good to see you. This is where we relax. This is where we stop being super responsible adults and we have a little bit of fun for an hour or two a week. Like I get in here maybe once a week, maybe usually it's once every 2 weeks. I'll log in, I'll stream for 2 hours, 3 max. And that's my gameplay for like the month. Like for like those 2 weeks, I'll play for like a total of 6 hours. And that's kind of my gameplay for the month because the rest of my time I'm spending being a responsible adult, being a working professional. Now I'm currently looking for a new job because along with everything else that's happening in the world right now, that's happening in the country right now, I was among the several hundreds of thousands of layoffs. Okay, so that's an unfortunate reality for many people right now. I am among them. I understand the struggle. I understand the uncertainty. But I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to go into great detail with you guys. I only briefly brought up the protest as an LA native in my previous video, and I found the backlash extremely misplaced. And so that's really just all I wanted to touch on here in this video. I'm not going to go further into the protest or the ice raids or anything else that's currently happening. Maybe we'll talk more in depth in the future in another video, but I didn't really come here to do that. I only wanted to respond to the feedback from the previous one. And then we're going to move into the gameplay as planned. I don't know how many minutes that was. Last time it was 13 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm fixing my strap. It was 13 minutes, like just barely 13 minutes that we talked about all that. And now another, 15 minutes. But we're going to get back to gameplay. It's not going to kill you guys to skip ahead if you don't like me doing like a reality check. If you can't handle or you just do not enjoy a reality check in my videos and you see me working my way into one, just skip ahead 15 minutes and then you'll get back to the game. It's really, really simple. Neil Fletcher says, sorry, I'm late to the party. Why did you pick Ember as the solo player? I picked Ember. Let's go ahead and open up her stats. I think that's a great question. I picked her because she has a very high combat skill. She was decent in construction. I'm sure that this went up from what her initial score was after she did all this building in the first round video, the first live stream. Healing was decent, so I felt like she would be able to heal herself, which we need her to be capable of doing decent job of self-healing if she's going to be the solo survivor. And then everything else, her physical was really high, which is going to lead to better lumber. It's going to lead to better mining. So all of that stuff kind of benefits from her high physical skill. I felt like she was pretty well-rounded. I wasn't really worried about her having a decent cooking skill because it doesn't have to taste good. She just has to not starve. And so that was kind of a low priority. She is crafting indifferent. That's like the one downside. I think that getting her to craft clothing that she's going to need replaced pretty soon. Like her clothing is all looking pretty low. I'm going to need her to be able to craft replacement clothing, and she doesn't have the skill to do that right now. So I'm a little bit worried about that. So we'll see if that's going to become a major pain point in this session, which I think it will. I'm a little bit worried that that's going to happen. but there's not much I can do about it at this point. I've already tried to get her on the crafting bench to the tailoring bench to make some new clothing, just to have it ready in storage for her. And she couldn't do it because her skill was too low. I need her to be like making straw hats first or something to build up that skill. And right now I don't have any straw. So we're kind of backed into a corner here on that one. Her happiness is incredibly low. We're probably going to see a meltdown any minute now. What I did do is I had us build, so we started out like we typically do, and I'm going to put the roof up so we can see this, with like just a little scrap metal shelter. And once I was able to build a foundation and get like a little log cabin going here, I turned that old shelter into just a storage shed. And then the fencing, I kept it really small. You can tell our footprint is really tiny here. It is not a lot of square footage, but it's what I could do quickly. We're also 1 year, day 40 into this. So she's survived quite a number of aggro attacks in the meantime. And so we put all these traps all around. We built a really tight little settlement here with literally just the essentials. And we have like a drying rack. We have this for fermenting. We weren't able to get much fermenting done before the winter hit, so I'm not sure what rations are going to look like as we power through this. And then inside, literally, like it's so compact. We have a fireplace. We've got more storage in here. This is our wooden workbench. This is the research desk. She has a bed and a couple more shelves here where I could get them off the floor, and she can still kind of like pass through this space. I just felt like it was really important going into winter that we had a fireplace inside, so that we had an inside space, first of all, with a fireplace to keep her warm, and then I can always just lock the door and not let her out if the temperatures outside are like hypothermia level temperatures. Right now it says 31 degrees outside. Her limit is anything below 28 degrees. So she's fine now. Let's go ahead and get this off of pause and let her start moving about. I'm going to 2-speed it as well. Let's give her 2-speed and let her get through this. And Pukalate, clap, clap, clap. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was a little bit of a rant. It was pretty raw, and I feel like I may not love it when I see the playback. I might be like, wow, I wish I had maybe said that a little better, or like had maintained my cool a little more. But honestly, I'm not gonna put that much effort into this where I'm gonna script a response for you guys. I'm just gonna be like conversational. I'm just gonna be honest. And if you don't like it, you know, like I said before, you know where the unsubscribe button is. You know how to find other channels that are playing the games you like. I am not your only option for everybody that chooses to watch my videos. I am also exceptionally grateful. Like, I'm so grateful that you guys choose to be here with me. You choose to watch my videos and hang out. I love that. I like seeing return viewers. Like, I know Neil. I've seen your name in here multiple times. It's so great to have you. It's like you're a friend of the channel. I love that. Pokalate, same thing. It is always great to see like repeat viewers, people who come back that I recognize, and I can feel like we have ourselves a community and we're all a part of this like gaming friend group. So I definitely think there's a lot of positive to be had here. But with that said, I'm not gonna go out of my way to hold on to people who don't want to be here. I hope it makes sense. Like, I don't want to fight for you guys to stay. I want you to feel free to come and go as you please. I don't want you to feel obligated to put up with me if you don't like me. But I do hope and encourage people who do like me and what I do and what I say and how I play to stick around. Neil says, I think you're doing really well. You may have to micro her movements to stop her going into hypothermia. Yeah, definitely. She's sleeping right now, thankfully. So, as the temperature drops, because right now it's 23 degrees outside. That's what the temperature is currently reading above the little like play speed button. I don't know why that part's cut off screen, but I can always read out to you guys what the temperatures are. It's currently 23 outside, way too cold for her, but she's indoors. And indoors, it's 73 degrees, thanks to this being like such a closed-in, like small, compact space with a fireplace burning. So she's nice and toasty inside at a comfortable 23 degrees. We are going to have to keep saying no to these people who keep trying to join our settlement, only because I want to make sure I'm not jeopardizing the solo play achievement. I want to get her off this planet, which means I'm going to, in order to get that achievement, and I want to do it with her being the only person here, the only solo survivor. I don't know if you can get the achievement while having other survivors at your camp at any point during your gameplay. So rather than risk it, I'm just gonna keep telling them no and turning away other survivors. That is my current strategy. If anybody knows like the answer to that, you know, obviously cue me in. But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. We don't have a balloon. We don't have... Actually, where is... Yeah, here's our crash pad. So I guess we gotta build ourselves like a shuttle to be able to get rescued from here. Yeah, this is like the original crash landing mode, which means I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. Everything the hard way. This kind of... It's kind of a momentous undertaking now that I'm thinking through like how far up the research ladder we're gonna have to go in order to complete this achievement, this challenge. Pocolatte, Ember got deported here because she had a meme of JD Vance on her phone. Oh my gosh, it is remarkable how that actually happened to that person. Not deported, but like turned away. Somebody got turned away at an airport. I don't even remember what country they were visiting from. They were just visiting the US, and they had a meme of Vance on their phone, and they got like denied entry and sent back to their original country. Which is kind of wild when you think about it. Like, we're now like censoring and monitoring people's sense of humor, and if you don't like, so like, what's the deal here? Where are we going with this? Are you only allowed to be a Republican in America now? Are you not allowed to be a Democrat? Are you not allowed to be third party? Are you not allowed to be undecided? Do you have to be Republican or you're, what, you're breaking the law? You need to get out? Like, what is happening that somebody can't have a meme of JD Vance and be here? Like, that's just kind of mind-blowing, don't you think? I want her to fix this. I clicked on it, but I didn't click on her to arm the trap, so I'm gonna do that. I don't know what I interrupted her doing just now, but I'm gonna have her come arm the trap. What I kind of really want her to do is start researching. Because I really think that's the key to all of this, is we need to get... Okay, so electric grids is really far down the line, but that's fine. We're going to do fuel, because we're going to need fuel mixing. Sure, extraction technology sounds important. I really want us to have... And then the attacks are going to get harder, so maybe we should do wooden fortifications. But what I really need us to get to... is like, well, energy storage. I think once we unlock power, right? Like, what is it? We need to get electric grid and electronics, and then we can start looking at energy storage. Obviously, we're gonna want refrigerators at some point to make food storage better. Heat pumping will take care of this fireplace thing, but it's like, we can take it or leave it at this point. Long distance travel, we're gonna want that. And honestly, where is it? Like, if I go far enough down, will I find the rescue pod? Where's the rescue pod? At what point do we build ourselves, or do they just send one? And it's been so long since I've played the crash landing scenario, I don't even remember. Like, maybe, oh, you build the radio. That's what it is. You build the radio, and then you radio for help, and then they come pick you up. They provide the prod. So we're gonna need to get to like radio technology. Okay, but we've got a while to go. Neil says it's a lovely little spot you have built. I think if I have a good book, I would settle in and forget the rescue. I know, right? Like, look at this cute little pond we've got going on here. It's really pretty in the summer too. Like, it's not bad in the winter, but no, you cannot stay with us. Sorry, we're trying to do an achievement here. But for sure, I do want to get like, we have all this dead bug stuff. I do want to get like the thing where we can turn that into fuel. That would be great. I definitely don't want her trying to eat it or anything like that. But right, about the scenery though, we do have some really nice scenery. I'm a little bit concerned about like we've got the nests sort of creeping in over here, over here. I think we're kind of safe on this side, maybe. And then there's this cute little I don't know what you would call this. It's not so pretty in the winter and in the dark. It's kind of colorless, but it's pretty during like the more colorful seasons. Yeah. All right, so there's nothing there to scavenge. Let's take a look at what our resources are looking like currently. Because where is she, by the way? Because it's kind of cold out. It's 33. She can go down to 28, so she's fine. She's getting some berries to eat. Where's she getting those from? Did we just leave berries out on the ground out here and not bring them in? We can use these. No, we want to use them. Survivors are allowed to use them. Okay. You know what else was right here is milk. Let's let her use that if she wants to. So she went like way out here to eat, and I don't understand why. Like, that's a little weird. It's cold. Why are you out here? Bush fruits. There's like a lot of them. Why didn't she just bring them in? Haul them in, and then you won't have to come out here next time. Yeah, it's little things like that where you really have to micromanage them because the AI doesn't always make the wisest decisions. Sometimes it can just be a little, derpy. So, and she's having a meltdown, which means all that stuff I had her hauling, she's not going to haul it in now. We're going to have to get her back on that once she's done with her meltdown. Pokelatte, can you set global research speed, and does that affect the achievement? I don't know. I know I can prioritize, the research on the management tab where I can make that like her #1 activity. But if I do that, she will like starve herself and nothing else will get done because there will always be more to research. Research is currently like a 3, we'll make it a 2. We can like we'll bump it up in her queue of things to get done. I'm gonna put this on 3 speed just to get her through this meltdown she's having. It is gonna get it's already too cold for her. It's 24 degrees outside. She's gonna like have hypothermia if she doesn't finish crying and get inside and go to sleep. I'm gonna have some coffee. Oh, another fun thing I started doing recently, I started a garden, and I will just have you guys know, so barely dressed, numbingly cold, please go inside. Yes, she's going to sleep finally. It's 23 degrees outside, way too cold for her. I will wait till daytime and then I will come have her haul in the rest of this food that she dropped. But I was just gonna say, I have always struggled with plants. Like, there are 2 things that I think are like deceptively easy, or they're deceptively hard. They're like, you think they're going to be easy and they're not. And that's gardening and that's fish keeping as a hobby. And fish keeping, people always think you just get a bowl of water, you put the fish in, it's fine. No, it's not. It's so complicated, and I love it. I love keeping fish. I've always been a really big, oh my gosh, this thing is like literally over here eating our food. Please haul this in. Really big into fish keeping. I love the hobby. I love the amount of work that goes into it. I really do enjoy it. Someday I might like give you guys a little tour of my fish. But that's like, for future reference. But the other thing I've started doing is gardening, and I don't know if you guys have tried gardening, what your success rate has been, if you've done like a little bit of gardening, a lot of bit of gardening, if you're doing like floral plants for aesthetics, or if you're trying to like garden fruits and vegetables, which is what I'm doing a mixture of both. I'm leaning a little bit harder towards fruits and vegetables because I just want to have the satisfaction of growing my own food. I think that sounds really nice. But I do have some plants that are not food-bearing plants. And it is very hard. And I have always tried like with cactuses and succulents in the past because those are supposed to be easy plants, right? Like they're supposed to be easy, but I've always managed to destroy them. Either I've overwatered them and I've waterlogged their roots and I've killed the plant from the bottom up, or I'll try not to overwater them and then they just end up drying out and like doing very, very poorly. So those are way harder than they seem. I do not have a great track record with plants, but I now have 2 garden beds in the backyard, that I am trying really hard to be very, very careful with, and trying to grow some things. And some of the things I've grown, that was like a really short day. I guess because we're still on 3-speed and she is just doing her own thing. She did get some research done. We're at 62% now on oil extraction, which is good. But I forget what I was saying. If it comes back to me, I'll jump back on it. Neil Fletcher says, I think I have completed most of the scenarios, but this one seems too daunting for me. It is kind of a lot. I feel like I've definitely bit off more than I realized. Because having one player maintain a base, maintain all of their needs, and be able to do all the research necessary to get you all the way to endgame is a huge, huge, huge amount of work. Like, that's a lot of work. I think I might just leave it on 3-speed for the entire rest of the stream, just so we can get through as much of it as possible. Like, yes, your consumption levels are going to be way lower because you only have to feed one person, you only have to clothe one person, but also that one person has to do every job. So I don't really know if that trade-off is really worth it. I think definitely easier with more characters. I know in the past when I've played and you start with 4 and then you can like maybe accumulate up to 8, the more people I can add to my base, it's always gotten easier. So this is definitely harder. I think that's awesome though that you've completed most of the scenarios. I usually make up my own scenarios when I play. I kind of go for more of like a storytelling vibe with a lot of my playthroughs, so I haven't paid too much attention to the actual achievements on like the Steam account. But this is one that I finally like got the urge to do, and so here we are doing it, and we'll see if I finally pull it off, if I finally get the badge. What is she doing? Like, what are you doing? She looks terrible. Like, this outfit, terrible. She needs hay is what she needs. And I don't know, maybe if I chop these down, we can get some hay. I'm not sure. Like, let's just have her go cut this and see if that gives us hay. Probably not, but I hope, because she needs it. And, okay, so food-wise, what are we looking at here? We have insufficient storage. But what is the product that she's trying to store? It is hay. Okay, perfect. So the next thing I want her to do is come tailor. Where is our tailoring bench, by the way? I have like latrine back here. I forgot to show you guys that during the original tour, but we do have like a latrine back here. Not like, we're not just absolute barbarians. We do have a latrine. I do want her to... Wait a minute, repair? Why does this need repair? Did she beat it up? She probably beat it up. Crafting. Can we... Oops. Can we craft... No, we need... Wait, we can... Craft. Okay. I didn't know that that was an option, but sure. We need tailoring. Here's the tailoring bench. And it's not even inside because she was just never going to do it. It's 34 degrees outside now, though. So let's bring her in. Just go to sleep so we can start a new day. When she starts a new day, I'm going to try and queue her up. We have material now. We have the straw. So I'm going to queue her up to make some straw hats. She can go ahead and make 4 of them because I really need her to level up that skill so that we can finally start making some of these warmer clothing that she desperately needs but doesn't have the skill to build. Puglatte says, my excuse is that my blood has too much sugar for me to be a gardener. I attract all the mosquitoes. Oh my gosh. I feel so sorry for you that you're a mosquito magnet. I know how... I'm not a mosquito magnet, but I am a tick magnet. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just my blood type. Like I think I'm A positive. And I can go out into the woods with like 5 of my friends and I will come back with 20 ticks. This is a true story. It's happened before. I will come back with 20 little ticks like all over my legs and stuff, my arms. And out of my friend group, only one other person had 1 tick. It is crazy and they creep me out and they're gross and they make it really hard for me to go in the woods now. Thankfully, moving to Southern California has made... Wait, I really want her to do this when she's done cooking. It's made me feel a little bit safer going out in nature, going on nature walks and hikes and stuff because it's just like a lower tick population, I guess, than what I had in like Virginia, which is very swampy and overgrown, and it's like very thick with like the greenery and the woodsiness. And so I was I was scared to even go out of my driveway sometimes in Virginia and not get like a tick on me. So glad that that has not been a problem since moving to Los Angeles. Neil Fletcher says, I'm on the PS5. If I had PC, I would go with the mods, even though some are a bit flaky. I believe the game has was picked up by a new developer. I need to check on that. I didn't know about that. So really hoping for updates, DLC at some point soon. I would love to see more expansions for this game, for sure. I think this one has longevity. This game has immense replayability. I think it has longevity. It's definitely got enough variety, but I would love to see more. Like, I'm not going to turn down the idea of, well, look at this, and turn down the idea of, I really want her to keep doing this, keep sewing these hats. I really need her to get her crafting skill up. It's going to take so long, too, because she's crafting indifferent. And it's getting cold out. It's 42 degrees. I think her limit's 28, right? Yeah, 28. So we just got to keep an eye on the temperature. Once it drops below 28, I got to move her inside. A stranger approaches. Tell him no. Sorry again, but we've got a mission. We've got an achievement to win. Yeah, I know a lot of people have like talked about how some updates that we'd like for this game would be generations. Like, we have the ability to marry, but if we had the ability to create generations and have like families and have our colonies span generations would be really cool. She's out here making a snowman now. I just don't know how viable that is, because all of these characters are like pre-made, pre-designed. They have like fixed looks, fixed icons. If you were going to like do generations, then you would have to be able to mix characteristics, and I don't think that these characters were designed that way. It's not like The Sims, where it can just kind of like randomize the sliders in between two characters, the traits that you gave them, and then create the new offspring. That might be like a little bit too much of an ask for this game to develop generations, unless they were willing to like manually create the exponential amount of possibilities that you would need in order to populate this game with pre-designed offspring. But that's also a huge lift, so I don't know. What are some other possibilities? They could do other scenarios. So we have the crash landing, we have the industry version. I would like to see like an official, like I did a luxury resort playthrough where I like created, like I said, I like to create my own challenges, where I created my own challenge. I wanted to create like a luxury resort destination style like colony, and I used the industry version playthrough where you can like the sew and sell playthrough, I think it's called, to do that one. So I kind of like created my own gameplay. But if they did like an official with like parameters, like build a destination resort or something like that. It doesn't have to be a resort, but something like that where you're building like a destination for people to visit, and you can like sort of like a, I don't know, like a game where you would, like, I know there's little mobile games where like, oh, you can like build a hotel and then like you measure your success by the revenue you make and by the reviews that people leave based on the experience they had at your hotel and stuff like that. Like, I feel like they could institute something like that. Like, that might be a cool new play mode. Other biomes maybe, but I think they've kind of got it covered with desert, jungle, and the Sobrius, which we're currently in. They might do like an Arctic one, which would be like really difficult. That would be like difficulty level desert, but Arctic. So maybe even like way harder than desert. I don't know. That's a possibility. Neil Fletcher says, I would like more things with waters, rivers, and water management. Absolutely. That I 100% agree with. And I think that would probably be the easiest thing, or the quickest route to take would be to do that, because they already have all of these like water tiles on the map. But if they were able to institute some kind of utility or a way that we could interact with that, that would be great. I would really, really love that. And a mix of bugs and robots attacks. Yeah, that would just be hell to get attacked by robots and bugs at the same time. That would take like definitely next level strategy, but that's not bad. That's not a bad thing. That would be good for really pushing your yourself as a player, especially if you've gotten really good at streamlining your strategy for fighting the individual attacks. Having to come up with a combined strategy or a multifaceted strategy would be good. You can make custom characters in the editor, but it's a hassle, says Poke Latte. I'm pretty vigilant at turning over all the sitting water in my backyard when it rains, but I can't do much about the neighbors. Huh? Oh, for the mosquito problem. Yeah. Yeah, that would, and especially depending on like where you live, mosquitoes may be a bigger problem than perhaps in another region. Like if you have a really a really strong mosquito population in your region, I'm really sorry. That sounds pretty miserable. I hope that your neighbors do a good job getting rid of their sitting water too, so that you don't have to suffer from their mosquito farm if they have one. Speaking of bugs, you know. I'm surprised we've gotten this far in the stream already without getting... I'm so bored there's nothing fun to do. We need to give her something fun to do. We've gotten this far in the stream without having another bug attack. That's kind of a shocker. I wonder if... I feel like we could put like a dartboard back here. Let's try that. We could try to give her a little bit of leisure. I think... So obstructed access. Maybe there's like a window or something in the way. And then of course there's not enough space to the fence to put this anywhere else. That's so problematic. I don't know. I'll figure out where we can put that. Right now we gotta get rid of this stranger though. We do not have time for you, sir. I'm really sorry. Okay, well if we can't do a dartboard, we can do something else. We can do a shooting target. We do have enough straw now to do that. She's gonna go construct that immediately. I do not blame her. She's like desperate for some kind of like entertainment. Hello, Kaiospite. Good to see you. Thanks for your content and thank you for your donation. That's so cool. Thank you very much for joining the stream and for dropping that comment. I appreciate it. Thank you. A swarm of flying insects. Here they are. I was just saying how surprised I was that we haven't been attacked during the stream yet, and then the game heard me. So here we go. We are not going to be able to rely on these traps to do anything about those. So she's going to have to take shelter. I usually like to stick her right under... Let me put the roof up so we can see this. I like to stick her right under here, but of course now we're getting a cold snap. So it's going to get too cold for her. So it's going to make this a little bit trickier too. I could also stand her at the top of these stairs because there's a little bit of roof cover here for when they decide to start spitting their acid at her. Because they will fly right... Actually, I'm going to draft her and bring her in now because I don't know where she's trying to go. We can also take her in the house and hopefully keep her warm until absolutely necessary. Let's undraft. She'll go straight to sleep and then we'll just wait it out. These guys will attack at some point. We'll know because the notification will change. Poke Latte says, I like the religion and royalty stuff in RimWorld. That would be cool to see in Stranded. Yeah, anything that RimWorld has, that would be a really good place to start for inspiration on where to build on Stranded, where to expand on Stranded Alien Dawn, because they're the game mechanics are so similar. It's just the visuals are so different. Neil Fletcher said, could you get her a chair? She would get a small buff from not eating on her feet. That's a good point. We could get her somewhere to sit. I think that would be great. I think you're onto something. We could probably just stick it right back here. Let's plan that out. Let's go with a table. We'll do a cute little wooden table, and then we'll put her a chair right here. We don't have room inside for it. Like, we've really, really squeezed every amount of space that we could out of what's in here. I'm gonna see if she'll just eat this, just to let that happen. And then we're gonna need her to fight. So these guys are on their way. They're here, basically, at this point. So it's time to draft her. I'm sorry, she can finish eating that later. Let's bring her out here and let her do what she does best. This is why we picked Ember, because she is a combat specialist, and she's gonna have, like, the best marksmanship. She's taking some damage, though, so she's gonna have to heal herself afterwards. I'm gonna be honest, this roof that she's hiding under isn't doing much for her as far as, like, production goes. She's almost done though. She's just got one more to attack. So I'm gonna just manually command her to go over there and attack it, and then we're gonna have her heal herself. If I had the research ready to turn all this bug meat into fuel, I would absolutely have her do that. Okay, so I need to undraft her. And good, she's right on it. She's gonna start healing herself immediately, so I don't even have to queue that up. I really need her to start working on, I'm gonna queue this up after she's done healing to tailor more hats. Not that she needs more hats, she just really needs to get her tailoring up so she can make more clothing. And right now her skill level is too low to build any actual decent clothing. Hello, Mickey Ripper, good to see you and welcome to the stream. I am so excited that you guys are able to make it on a Monday. That is pretty outstanding. I know that normally we do this on the weekend, but this just happened to be the best time for me this week to be able to squeeze in a live stream and a little bit of gameplay, and so that's why we're here. And I'm honestly really excited to see you guys here as well. I'm glad that the timing worked out. So super happy to have you. Mickey said you may need to stock some healing balm. You are absolutely right. It's so hard to keep track of everything she needs when I just have the one person in this challenge to do everything. So let's look at what we have here medicine-wise. 6 bandages, 6 first aid kits, and no healing bombs. I think we need to work on that. I think you're absolutely right to call that out. Let me see if that's something we don't have the means to make yet. So I think we're gonna have to do a little bit of discovery before we have the tools needed or the resources needed to make those healing bombs. Especially for, you're right, that kind of an attack, these flying things, when they attack, you really need the healing bombs. Crafting -18. She doesn't even like crafting. That is a mood killer for her. I did not realize that, and that sucks. That really sucks because we really need her to be crafting a lot more if we don't want her running around naked in the middle of winter. And it's currently 24 degrees outside, which is too low for her. Maybe I won't have her craft right now. She can come back to that. Let's speed her up to get her here. And then I'm just gonna put her to recover in bed. And that way we get her inside where it's nice and warm. It does kind of look like, what did she get out of bed? Go back to bed. It does kind of look like the fire is getting a little low. I could just be imagining that because it's lighter outside, so maybe it just doesn't seem as glowy. But it is 75 degrees inside, so she should be good and comfortable. Neil says, well done. I really hate flyers in early gameplay. Agreed. You go through all this effort to build these like defenses. Like we have 2 lines of defense. We have the traps and we have the stone walls, and then they just fly right over it. And they just destroy your entire like game plan when it comes to defense, and you end up just kind of having to duck and cover and then do the best you can to shoot them from wherever you're hiding. Thankfully though, she has really good aim, so she was able to knock those out pretty quickly. I'm gonna have her come in and finish this food before it goes completely bad. I don't even know if she's hungry. She wasn't, but, well, now she's just gonna have to eat it anyway. She has 2 omelets on the standby. I don't know why she would eat. Why is she not just eating those? I don't know. Right now she's scavenging. So she's running through. That's the other thing, that one of these, one of the mods I got made it so you can really designate the schedule for specific things. So we have crafting can be like its own hour. Let's make crafting, instead of relaxing in the morning, we'll have her, wait, we already have a crafting hour. Okay. All right, well then she'll relax after because she hates crafting. So maybe relaxing after will help increase her mood. Maybe she'll go shoot the target a little bit and that'll improve her mood. I also maybe think this is where she eats. Yeah, this is for eating and relaxation, so that'll be like breakfast. She'll do a little crafting, have a little breakfast, lunch at 1 o'clock, and then 9 p.m. is dinner. This gray, she can do anything, so anything on her queued up list. This is all work. Anything means all activities are allowed. What is purple? This is for science, so this is like her research stuff. And building happens, building is blue, that's this stuff between 11 and 12. So all of this stuff, like being able to like really plan out her day. I've got gray for scavenging. makes it so that we get a more well-rounded productivity. Neil Fletcher, it will be a really interesting challenge to take down an insect nest for carbon. Oh, by herself? That sounds terrible. I don't even like doing that with a full, like, roster of players. Yikes, do I need to? Is that like a, do I absolutely need that? I might need that to get to endgame, huh? We might need that carbon in order to set up our big radios and stuff. Yikes. Oh, that's another scary concept. Not loving that, but we'll get there when we get there. Like, baby steps, baby steps. We're gonna go up 3 speeds, so baby running steps, but still baby steps. What is this? We must have learned something new? Oh, oil press, okay. Let's set up an oil press for ourselves since we figured that out, I guess. I'm gonna spin this around and we're gonna rotate this so that we can put it right here next to the latrine. We'll have her come build this when she's done researching. And then we will have a new means of production. That's good. What can we produce in here? Let's find out. Oil press makes food? Since when? Why? Extract vegetable oil until, I don't know, 10. Sure. Oh, that scared me. We do have insufficient storage, which isn't great. We have fallen spaceship debris, and it's really close by, so I'm going to go ahead and queue it up for scavenging. That'll be good. We can make fruit jelly? Okay. Sure. We'll add that. We can make cheese? Okay. Love that idea. Let's do that. I need to use these mods on like the business play mode so that I can like make all these extra materials and then sell them. Fruit cocktail? Yes, please. We'll do one at a time of that. And then we'll just see what she decides to do with all this information. She's currently transporting, was she mining or something? Feathers. Okay, the eggs. I don't know how to use the feathers, apparently. She has to research them, maybe? Why are we not able to... Oh, we have to observe it. Well, let's do that real quick, because that'll unlock some other things we can do. I know we don't need it. I'm sorry, guys. I know we don't need it. I know I'm wasting time, but I'm curious. I'm curious. I want her to research it. I want to see what we can do with the feathers. Chaos Bite says, I always set 1 hour of sleep and then 7 hours of anything. Oh. And that works? That's an interesting strategy. Let's try that. Let's go to schedule. So we'll have 1 hour of sleep and then we'll just turn the rest of this into anything. So she can sleep if she needs to. Interesting. All right, that'll be very interesting. Let's see what she does with her time. Discovered feathers. Okay, so we should be able to, I guess, turn that into cloth. That's good. Where did we see those feathers? Because I don't remember. Like here, okay. So let's use that. And let's have her haul those in when she's done with her chopping. So we gotta make sure she keeps her fuel going and that all the sticks that she's chopping end up in this fireplace, which is keeping her alive. Hey, check it out. The snow is melting. The place is warming up. We're starting to see some real color. Some vibrancy is coming back. The lake is looking way beautiful. Pond. It's more of a pond. It's not quite lake scale. But the pond is looking great. I guess I will set all those to butcher. She's still gonna make a snowman though. She's got this little tiny patch of snow left and she's gonna get the most out of it. She is topless at this point though. We need our girl to really, really, really focus on tailoring a thing like that. She needs clothing. She needs to work on this. And then I also kind of want to... We are now able to craft cloth out of feathers. So we're going to do this until forever, really. Like, I want her to always have... Because we're going to need to build the balloon, right? I think we'll be able to find more resources, maybe even more clothing. If she really hates crafting them, she really doesn't want to do tailoring, we might be able to, like, scavenge some clothing if we get the balloon up and running. So that's, like, my new plan B. Poco Latte gave me the little snowman emoji. Yeah, here it is. Here it is, Poco Latte. He has no face. I think sometimes they have faces. I don't know why hers doesn't. Maybe because it's melting. You saw that happen real time. Her snowman's gonna be melted by the time she wakes up. This poor girl. She's not allowed to have any joy. All of these are empty. I wonder if it's because we just don't have... What do our resources look like? Let's take a look. For raw foods, we have 28 grain. We have lots of pickled vegetables, which is good. That's what all of those barrels were used for pre-winter, and it looks like a lot of that survived the winter. So she's really not starving. She's got food. She's got plenty of food. I don't think we even need her to be worried that much about cooking or anything like that. She seems fine to me. We did just unlock another resource, but I don't know that I can stick it inside because that's going to make it so she can't circumnavigate this tiny little space that she has. I think what we need to do is consider putting it back here. I think it's just going to need to be something that she does outside, like outside of the fence. We're going to have like our metal refining happening out here by the lake. That's the new plan for this. Metal refining happens outside by the lake. She also really needs new storage, unfortunately, but I haven't really wanted to set up a place to do it. A stranger approaches, that's going to be a no thanks. Sorry. Come again next gameplay, next round, next save. Poglotti, he was kind of a snowflake anyway. Ooh, I love the puns. The puns are great. You always deliver with the puns, Poglotti. You're always there with the puns. I wish I was as quick on the draw with the humor as you are. You're really good at that. All right, so there's like so much going on out here. We've got lots of milk, we've got lots of eggs, we've got tons of manure that we don't know how to use yet. Okay, we're gonna have to figure this out, which means we're gonna have to research some. She hasn't observed this yet. She is passed out, or was passed out briefly. It was the site, she passed out right here. It was the sight of her snowman completely reduced to one snowball that made her faint. She just couldn't handle losing her one companion. She's going through something psychological right now. She is suffering, she is struggling, she is lonely, she is dealing with a lot. She's also really, really tired. Like, her exhaustion is so high that I think we need to... Yeah, she's passed out again. And there's nobody to rescue her and bring her to bed. She's gonna have to bring herself to bed. As soon as, she's gonna have to eat. She's gonna have to eat. And then she's gonna have to go to bed because she's just dying. That's not great. We don't love that. When she wakes up, I'll ask her to construct this so we can get that added to our queue. Look at like how reduced she is in clothing. We so desperately need to build her. She hasn't finished the research either. We so desperately need to build this hot air balloon so we can go find clothing instead of making it because she is just never gonna get there. She's gonna be like the worst when it comes to composting's an option now? Sorry, I'm distracted easily. I didn't know that was an option. I kind of want to queue it, but I also want to get through this gameplay at some point, so I'm gonna avoid all the... I'm not gonna like get all the little extras. We're just gonna focus on the necessities. Focus on the necessities, try to get through this gameplay, try to get that achievement. Just gotta stay focused. I think last time I showed you guys my other Snoopy cup, the rounder one, and then I told you guys about I had a second one with an orange interior, but also fall themed. And so let me show you this. This is the square one. I told you I had two. It was a set, a round and a square. And this is the square one. Orange handle, orange interior, Snoopy design with fall leaves. They are adorable. They're dishwasher safe, which I love. I have no idea who made them, honestly. Like, I don't even know. Just says peanuts, which that's obvious. It's peanuts, Snoopy themed. Yeah, but it's cute, so I like to share it. I like to show you guys my cute cups. She is hustling. Look at that. My feet are killing me. I need shoes. Honey, I would love to have you make some shoes. But the problem is you don't want to learn how to craft. Maybe we can just do... I don't know what skill level she needs to build these shoes, but I can try to bump them to the top of the queue. And then for tops, just a regular t-shirt. Actually, let's do... Actually, yeah, it's there, so we'll just bump that to the top too. And let's see if she's willing to do any of that. She is. She's willing to sew the shoes. Okay. She's willing to sew the t-shirt. Okay, good, 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 good. We found something she's capable of doing, and she needs pants. Let's not forget that. She needs some trousers. So let's build her some trousers, and we will move them to the top of the queue as well. Right under t-shirt. Not enough resources. Okay. She's gonna get shoes, but then she doesn't have enough to make herself the t-shirts. We're gonna need a lot more feathers, or just any other kind of clothing, any kind of cloth, maybe. We're gonna mark this for harvest, because I do love the heptagonias. They're so simple, they can eat the sweet syrup without getting sick, they don't need to prepare the food, and yeah, it's just great. We're gonna cut these down, because these will give us a type of clothing material, and hopefully they'll allow us to craft with that material. I will do the same with, wait, is there like, do you harvest them? You can harvest skin bark, not cut them down. Okay. Skin barks cancel orders. We don't want to cut them down. We want the ones that are harvestable. So harvest the ones that can be harvested. That's what we want to do. And I'm going to have her come do this before she does the heptagonias, just because I think this is more important. We really want to make the rest of her outfit. That seems kind of a priority over more food that she doesn't necessarily need. She has plenty. Yeah. And then once we have this, which it looks like she's almost got it, we'll see if it will allow us to queue up more clothing for her once she brings that back. We do have way more berries now, so we should be able to ferment. I don't know if we have enough to ferment, but hopefully. Okay, I don't know. She's not able to... She's scavenging, and then she'll come back and tailor again. Her crafting skill still hasn't budged. She needs to get to 1,000 experience. She's got 850. She has enough to make, like, the lightweight clothing. She just doesn't have enough material to make the lightweight clothing. That's kind of where we're at right now. Also, what kind of helmet is she wearing? She still has this on. I guess that's good. It's spring. Maybe in summer we'll have her switch to like these hats that she's making. She's making a whole lot of these hats to try to get her level up. We need more cloth though. That's really the crux of our situation right now. And I haven't had her like put together any farms yet. I wonder, do we have... Does she have the skill? Does she have the knowledge of... Let's go to farming. Non-edibles, cloth blossom. No, she hasn't learned cloth blossom yet. So we're going to have to find one in order for her to study it and then plant it. We have so much work to do. There's so much work that needs to be done here with this character. Skin bark. We can harvest more of this. Maybe when she's done sleeping, she can harvest this. A stranger approaches, and we're going to send him on his way. Like I said before, I think he's just kind of like roving, like he's doing this like circuit, and he just keeps coming back every so often and asking like, how about now? No? Okay. How about now? Like, can I join you now? And the answer is just always no. Alright, so this is the edge of the map. I can't go any further, which means I'm not going to find cloth blossom there. We've got to find it somewhere though. This is going to speed up our production so much if we just study a little cloth blossom and plant it ourselves. Because cloth is going to be essential. We're going to need it. Okay, there's nothing out that way. This is so far. I don't like having her go this far. We have ourselves some feathers here. Maybe we can have her haul some feathers, and then we can make more cloth out of that. Oh my gosh. This guy's just like here. I'm not gonna bring her out this direction because that guy scares me. There's a nest right here. Okay. We want to try to avoid that for sure. Don't walk through there. Please. Hey, I love these. These little orange, she needs to observe that. I wonder if I can bring her back out here safely, hopefully, without trekking through that, without going through that nest to study those orange, I'm only sending her all the way out there to do that because I don't see them anywhere closer by. So that's just the closest we can get. We are at 3 speed, so hopefully she's going to be able to get through all of these tasks pretty quickly. The feathers, at least, we didn't find cloth blossoms, but the feathers, at least, we can convert to cloth. So that's a step in the right direction. Neil Fletcher says, always feel happier when I have cloth blossom and gray cob on the go. Yes, absolutely. If you can get those 2 fields sowed, then you are in a really good spot. You have the essentials. I would love to get that started. We just got to find some first that we can research. And then definitely planting it nearby, like right here at camp, probably right here off to the side, so that she's not traveling like up the mountains to like go harvest the 1 or 2 that are ready out in the wild. You must be this, says Coco Latte, human to join our community. Yeah, have some humanity. But no, he's not allowed, nobody's allowed to join it, because this is, only the snowmen are allowed to join on this playthrough, because this is our solo run, and we, as lonely as she is, as sad as she is, as desperate as she is for a proper tailor in her camp, we really need her to be completing this solo. So it's a very rough mission for Miss Ember here, sadly for her. I think so. We're gonna eventually need this stuff. I'm gonna put it for observe, but I'm not gonna force her to go do that right now. We're just gonna save it for later. I'm still looking for cloth blossom. In case you guys are wondering what the heck I'm doing running all the way over here, I am looking for some cloth blossom. Maybe it'll be like in this little gorge, or up on the hill by the gorge. That's sometimes where you find it, like on hills. Cloth blossom. There it is. Found some. I just want her to research it, but it looks like, why is it acting like she knows what it is, but then it wasn't letting me plant it? Why? Farming. Oh, because she doesn't have the skill. I'm sitting here looking for this as if she doesn't already know what it is. She knows what it is. She just doesn't have the skill level. We gotta plant something else in order to get her up there. All right, so we've unlocked electric stoves, lighting and heating. Okay, that means we have unlocked power grid. So let's go ahead and try putting up some power lines. And I'm gonna put them, we're gonna stick it out here, because that will run all the way to the house and through this. Yes, I'm aware. Thank you for the tutorial. Did that not run to the house? I thought it did when I stuck it here. Oh no, did this not run to the house? If we move it... Okay, hang on. I'm gonna deconstruct this. We don't need this many. And I'm gonna have her come do that as soon as she's done transporting what she's harvested, because we're gonna have to move this. Give it a second. There we go. Yeah, this way. This way it'll connect to the house, and then we'll be able to like actually get some electronics started indoors. It'll also connect directly to this, and if I decide to stick any, like, I don't know, let's look at our research queue here for a second, because we're gonna want to put some wind turbines or some solar panels out here. We really need electronics first though, which means I'm gonna have to get her back to scavenging a lot more often until she finally scavenges some electronics for us. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then our finished research, there's like not just scavenging, but there's like a way you level up scavenging. I think we might need that in order for her to recognize electronics for some reason. So we need to be looking. Nope. We need to be looking through. Okay, fuel fermentation. I do want that. That's something I've been talking about. Like, we could actually use the bugs that we kill if we had that fuel fermentation. What I'm looking for right now is it's like to do with scavenging, except it's like deconstruction. Like, you deconstruct the... You guys know what I'm talking about? I don't know where it is. I can't find it. Okay. We're about to be attacked again, and it's the flying insects again. 10 of them. This time, instead of sticking her here, I think I'm going to stick her deeper into the storage facility because she still got hit a lot while inside here, and we still don't have any healing bombs, so might have to work on that. We have the option to smelt, though. That's good. Let's smelt until we always have, let's say, 50 units of metal alloys. We'll try that, because we do have 170 scrap metal just standing here, waiting to be used. We are at 3 speed, so the aggressive animals are going to come at some point. I kind of wonder about her weapon, too. We need to kind of consider weaponsmithing at some point, because when this gun runs out, we're going to be a sitting duck. We're going to need to weaponsmith something. So let's look at crafting weapons for a second. We're going to need... We'll do one of these, and we'll do short bow, crossbow. Okay, we already have that. Cloth into feathers. We already have a short bow queued up. We already have a crossbow queued up. We just haven't built them yet because we don't have the resources, apparently. Yeah. We're gonna exit that. We don't want that anymore. A spear would be great, at least. She should at least have a spear. Just in case. I don't know if it would go here. Yeah, it would go here for a melee weapon. So maybe we can try... Well, maybe after. So the attack's on, so I'm going to move her out here, undercover, hopefully sheltered enough to be able to successfully complete this attack. She needs to move a little faster because they're already, like, here. She might be a little too deep in it. She doesn't have line of sight. Oh, there we go. Okay, so she did shoot 1. 2. She missed because it's too dark. There we go. I do love how she just kind of shoots through the roof, though. Like, she doesn't care. Like, the roof is great because it protects her, but it doesn't prevent her from shooting them. I can try scooting her forward a little bit, so she can get a little bit of a better, like, line of sight. But yeah, look at that. She's just going to keep shooting them from wherever. Ember does not miss. I do love that about her. Let's bring her forward here again. Maybe she'll get a better... Okay, just shoot that one, shoot this one. There we go. And undraft, and she's gonna go heal herself. She might need to do that thing again where she rests after she heals herself. I don't know. It wasn't an option, so maybe not this time. I'm gonna queue these up for butchering at some point, but I'm not gonna make her do that right away. How hot is it inside? I just realized she's still got the fire going. It's 111 degrees outside. This needs to be extinguished. She needs to extinguish that before she goes to bed. Because it is way too hot in here. Actually, I'll leave refuel on if it needs it, but it's way too hot for her to be inside. It's like 110 degrees. Oh, now it's 85. Okay, that came down really fast. 56 outside, 83 inside. She'll be fine. Alright, let's go back on 3 speed. Yep. And cool. What did we need to do next? I don't remember. I was hoping... Ember, the mosquito slayer hero, says Pocolatte. Yeah, Ember's great for that. Fletcher says the glitter caps will open up healing bombs. Good. Did she finish researching that? I don't remember. Let's see if it shows up in farming. If it does, then it means she did. It doesn't show up in farming, but what does show up in farming, which I would like to get a head start on, is just some of this. She needs to finish researching the glitter cap, is what that tells me. Which was, I believe, back here somewhere. Maybe if I... There it is. I see it now. Let's get her out here. She's rested enough. We'll have her finish observing this, because that seems kind of like a big deal. She keeps getting attacked by the flying insects, so we might need this sooner than we think. Otherwise she's going to stop being able to recover from those burns that they give her. She's in mild pain currently. She does have a burn. I think it's treated because she had first aid kits, but when we run out of those first aid kits, we're really going to need this healing bomb, because she's down by 3 already. So yeah, let's have her observe this. Let's get that into production so that she's gonna be able to survive when there are no more kits. I need to drink more coffee. What is this? Small flying lizard, and he's already dead. But we're not gonna queue that up. That's too far away. I'm not gonna queue up anything out here that we don't need if we don't need it. I do think when she's done researching this, I might queue the mushrooms that are here for harvest, just because they're already full grown, and then we'll go plant them. If she has the skill level to plant them, of course. Because that's another thing that we have to take into consideration. Just because she knows what something is doesn't mean she can plant it, as we learned the hard way already with the cloth blossoms. There is a risk of meltdown, though, unfortunately. And she still needs more storage. It's saying insufficient storage. Okay. We're gonna glitter cap harvest, pause. I'm gonna bring her right back here to do this now. And hopefully she's far enough away from this nest off to the right of screen that we're not gonna have any kind of, like, a run-in. She's walking so close to them. That's so unnecessary. Let's not do that again. Okay. But that should allow us to now queue up glitter healing bombs. That should allow us to queue up some healing bombs as soon as she gets those home. I don't know where she's putting them. On shelves. She's putting them on shelves. Okay, lightning strikes safety. That's good. We like safety. Okay, they're on the shelf. Let's see if we have the option now. Look at that! Yes! Fantastic! Let's try to always have 10 of those in our queue. And let's bump them a lot higher up the queue. Cool. Will she craft it, though? That's the big question. She will. Okay. Cool. Can she farm them? That's the next question. What are we able to do here? We are able to farm them. That's good. Maybe we'll stick them on this side. We'll make, like, it that long. And then we still wanted... What did we get over here? Grain cob? Right, she doesn't have the farming skill for... And also, these are not lined up. I, like, went one too short. Let's extend field by 1 square. There we go. So just so that they line up neatly. I like things to look nice, you know? So, yeah, these will line up neatly. They'll look nice. Maybe we can have her, when she's done crafting, plant some of these, and that will hopefully increase her farming skill and get us closer to those cloth blossoms. Reached farming level 2. Do we need a level 3 to do cloth blossoms, or can we do it with 2? We need level 3. So she's gonna have to get up to level 3 for that. Okay, what else can she plant? Maybe some heptagonias back here? Yeah, maybe we'll plant some heptagonias back here. And what else? Beef berries. Beef berries are great. Let's plant some beef berries way back here by the lake because that's where they like to grow. That will hopefully get us as far as level 3. That's what we really need. Okay. Hungry Pest. They're really close, but honestly, Hungry Pest does not necessarily mean you're going to get an attack. Because, and I'm going to try to, like, harvest these before they do. Because they may just eat the local crops and then leave you alone. They may not attack you at all. This guy did get, like, caught in our trap, though. Can't be helped. Can't be helped. Alright, so I hope these guys aren't messing with our crops. If they want to eat these bugs, that's fine. I don't think I have the means to turn those into fuel yet. Okay, this is currently being researched. What else? Insect fats. We'll add that. I think then we can turn them into something. I don't know. I was thinking fuel, but that's like turning them into butter, which I don't love. I was kind of like more thinking, I really want these solar panels. We really need electronics for that. Okay. I'm really just... Man. I guess. Do we have tailoring? We have tailoring. We have stuff going bad here. Oh, maybe I need to put another outdoor... I mean, she has food, though. We don't need to be cooking right now. Cooking's not our priority. We have 13 meals prepared, but on top of that, she has plenty of raw food she can eat. Pickled vegetables and the sweet syrups. She's fine. She is absolutely fine. Let's go over here to... where's her dietary restrictions? Here. Sweet syrups are fine. In cooked meals, we have... Where is that? I wonder if it all falls under miscellaneous. I know sweet syrups is here, but what about... There we go. Pickled vegetables. She needs to be able to eat those raw. There we go. No wonder they survived the whole winter without her, like, diminishing our pickled vegetables whatsoever. We have 550 of them. She didn't eat any of them because it wasn't on her dietary list. So, fix that. And speaking of fix that, let's save. We haven't saved this entire live stream, so let's go back to Solo Survivor, confirm and save to override. Great. Okay, so we don't lose any of our progress that we've had on this stream. Is this the last one? It still says there are 3, but they've kind of like branched out. Also, I'm seeing some grain cob up here. Is this not harvestable yet, though? It looks like, I mean, we can use these. We can always use that. We can use that at some point. But what I was looking for was the green cob. None of them are ready for harvest. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. We'll just wait a little bit longer. We'll wait until they hit season. Till their peak season, and we'll queue up the buttermelons for harvest at least. These green cobs are also not ready, but that's fine. And we've also sown our own fields, or started to. She hasn't really finished the beefberry field. Maybe if she does that, we'll hit level 3. Take grain off the list. Oh, is she eating grain? She might be. Let's go back to, I think it's this list one here. Raw food. Oh, grain was on the list. Okay, you're right. That should be off the list. We don't need her eating that raw. It's a -6 happiness effect and 5% chance of poisoning if ate raw. We don't need that raw anyway. Thank you. I'm glad you caught that because I did not realize it's probably where all the grain's been going. She's probably just been eating it raw like a nutter. Just eating raw grain. That was not my plan. And then at some point I'd like her to handle these 2 traps. So we'll just add that to her queue. I don't know what her queue looks like on auto. She's currently researching, and then she's going to do 29 things. 29 more things. Oh, the 29 more things is probably planting this. And then getting to this, the traps. I wonder if she's been using this at all. Like her shooting target. I haven't really been paying that much attention to where she's like a little ant on the screen. She just kind of runs around and does her own thing most of the time. While I try to think like ahead to what else do we need, what don't we have, and I'm like in all the menus. Meanwhile, she's just kind of like on her own, doing her own thing. It is currently 58 degrees indoors, 53 outdoors. Yeah, we still don't want the fire on yet. We could be refueling this though. That does not need to be off. Let's refuel this and have her have some light inside. Did she refuel it though? Why didn't she light it? There we go. Okay, just want to make sure that she has light on inside at least. So it feels a little bit more cozy, just a little bit more like an actual home. Take Cheerios off the list, says Poke Latte. Never. Never. Cheerios are good for you. They got like, they're like endorsed by the American Heart Association, you know? So we stand Cheerios. In this house, we stand Cheerios. All right, I'm gonna let her go back to her autopilot thing, and we're gonna see. Oh, actually, I lied. I'm not gonna let her autopilot. I want her to finish planting these because I really want her to get to that next level so I can plant some cloth blossom. Because this girl needs clothes. She really does. She really, really needs clothes. She doesn't have any. And I'm gonna have her make this, and then craft a spear. Yeah. Did we get to level 3? I guess not. Lost harvest. Okay. Well, maybe we'll just not. We just won't harvest these. It's a little further away than I want it to be. And we've got like a field now of these. It's not a huge field, but it's a field. Maybe I'll expend it. If I expand it, that could help us get to where we need her to be. Skill-wise. I don't know. We're gonna keep trying until we get her where she needs to be. And it doesn't hurt to have a little more of these, because we can make them into vegetable soups, we can make them into healing bombs, we can make them into lanterns. There's a lot of things we can do with these. They're kind of my favorite crop in this game. And now that I said it out loud, I want to hear what your guys' favorite crops are in this game. Is it grain cob? Is it grain gas? Is it the sweet syrups? Because I know that those I've already like complimented for this game. Let me know what your favorite crop is and why that might be your favorite crop. And also, these lasted since like last winter. I can't believe they lasted that long. Why can't I... Oh, fermenting wine. Nope, sorry. Yeah, let's just... Pickled vegetables, pickled... That doesn't need to be here. Okay, so copy recipe. Paste recipe, paste recipe, paste recipe, and paste recipe. So all of these should have the exact same recipe, and now maybe all of that won't go to waste, all of those berries, if I actually have her ferment some stuff. There we go. And then she can also keep planting. That's my plan. That's my plan for right now. We're gonna let her sleep. I guess we'll let her sleep, and then we're gonna move on with trying to use these resources that are going bad because she's just not using them fast enough. What I really want to figure out here, do we really even need, we don't. I'm only gonna cube a couple of these, even though there's berries for days. Like you can see this berry patch goes for days. There's just so much of it. She really just doesn't need it. She doesn't. She's got so much. There's really like, she has enough food to make it through the rest of the year. I don't think she needs more food. I think what she needs is more research and more technology. Yeah, that's what she needs. And more cloth, more clothing. Your girl is like practically naked. She needs clothes. That's what she needs. She needs some clothing. We're gonna harvest the skin bark because that's what she needs. She needs to dress herself. And right now she's just really hurting for some cloth blossom. Are these beef berries? They are, but we have enough food. Like let's not get distracted. Let's not get distracted. It's so easy to get distracted. There's so much going on. Honestly, this map is really pretty. These natural fields are so nice. This little body of water is so nice. I would go swimming here. I think it looks super. Yeah, so much is going to waste here though, which is not great. I don't love that. And she planted the rest of this and we still don't have a level 3. I don't know what else we can plant to get her there. Non-edibles? More skin bark maybe? I don't know. Food crops. We have tons of buttermilk. We literally have so much of all of this. We don't really need it. I don't know. We'll plant some beefberry over here, I guess. To try and get that skill up. Like, we don't need it. I just need cloth blossom. That's all I want. I want her to level up just enough to get us some cloth blossom, like, planted. Pokaloctus says silicone because they take forever to grow and need so much to make a mall. Silicone. I think we have some silicone plants. Like, we have these pointy red plants, wherever those went, here. Pretty sure this is silicone. These pointy red ones are silicone species of plants. Neil Fletcher says, grain cob, always nice to get the antibiotics. The grain from the grain cob. And the heptagonia has been a lifesaver so many times. Yeah, heptagonia has definitely gotten me through a couple playthroughs. It's definitely been a lifesaver as well. Neil Fletcher, fruit bushes always run out way quicker than you think when you start making wine and chef's meals. That's true. I also feel like, aren't the fruit bushes, like if you're going to do farming, like if you're going to have a herd of these guys, I think that they also eat the fruit bushes, right? Like they eat the beef berry, not the beef berries, the regular berries, the blueberries. They're not called blueberries, but you know what I'm talking about. Thunderstorm. Okay, well, the good news is she's at home, and we have ourselves this really big lightning rod. So she should be fine as long as she doesn't go and do something really far away. And she's running around with like nothing on in the rain, getting soaking wet. Scout safety plus 12. I don't know what that is, but it just gave her a buff, which I like. Where was that? Don't know. Wow, that was close. Many fun things to do. We went from no fun things to do to many fun things to do. I appreciate that. That's good. I gave her one source of recreation, and that's all it took. She's satisfied. 8 on a table. Thank you for that recommendation. Adding the table did give her that buff. Had a pleasant walk, slept in a comfy bed, secured the perimeter. That's what it was, secured the perimeter. I feel good knowing that our home is safe. That's a cool little add-on. I haven't seen that one before. Very nice. Barely dressed as a -9 mood, but overall her happiness is pretty high. I think it's the highest it's been since we started playing today. It wasn't like a 2% at the very start of the game, which was really low, and probably the source of a lot of her meltdowns. Fruit bushes always run out. Yeah, the fruit bushes. Ember is idling. Well, I don't know. Give her something to do. Repair this, I guess. We just have the hay, like, waiting out here because there's nowhere to put it. Okay. What about... we have her store undesired items, I guess? And research a biofuel reactor, since you're idling. And go back to crafting your spear that you never crafted. Those are some things that we can get done. It looks like we are actually making some metal alloys, though, which is good. We have 42 currently. 322 cloth. You would think that would be enough to make some more clothing. She had limit reach. She has all these clothes and she's not putting them on. Why? Girl, what do you mean you have nothing to wear? You have something to wear. You made these clothes. Where are they? Limit reached. No. Okay, hold on. I think I see what I did wrong. This is times. We don't want times. We don't want times. We don't want times. Nope. We want until on everything. So let's go back to, so tops. You want a t-shirt until you have at least one. You want pants until you have at least one. You want boots until you have at least one. You want a hat. Let's do one of these until, and we'll do another hat for winter, a beanie, until you have at least one. Okay, coats. Let's add a coat. Or at least a sweater. We could do a sweater, right? Let's do a sweater until you have at least one. Yeah, like these, the until is what we need. And if she doesn't have it, limit reached. I guess she needs more resources, but if we have clothing, which it says we do, it says we have 4 hats. That's all the clothing she has. That's why she's still not wearing anything. Okay. Alright, I feel like I was a little misled. It's not that the limit was reached, it's that she doesn't have the resources to make the shirts and the pants and the shoes and all of that. So we gotta kind of like get that for her. Also, we have a biofuel reactor now. That's a big plus. That could be a game changer. I'm gonna put this... Does this fit over here without like tearing down plants? We're gonna tear down one plant, but at least it'll be nicely tucked behind all these trees. So we'll do that. Insufficient material though. For something. I guess we're gonna find out. I assume it's the thing I just plunked down, but then it says that she can, so we'll see. $52 of 100. Okay, so she's gonna have to make a lot more of this before she can finish building this, but that's okay. She's idling, so let's go ahead and give her a task. And I don't know what else to tell her. Like, wait, is she just straight up eating berries though? Did we not take that off the list too? Fruit. Don't just eat the berries raw, thank you. Okay. You can plant fruit bushes around the base and delete the field since you only have harvested the berries to come back. That's true. Let's do that, and that'll help hopefully finally get us where we need her to be farming wise, that level 3, so we can get the cloth that we desperately want. So we'll just make a really big field right here, maximum size. And when she wakes up, she can come plant that. Alright, this time we're going to be attacked by the scissor hand manti instead of the flying things. So we should see some of our other defenses at work this time. They're all the way over here, which is fine. It'll take them a while to get to us. And they're currently not on the they're not on the attack. They're just aggressive and local. And this will switch when they are on the attack, and we can deal with it then. In the meantime, let's just really hope that this berry planting gets her to that next level. Because I really just want some cloth blossoms. Please and thank you. Like, that would do so much for us right now. That would get us past this major roadblock that we're experiencing. Because we are having a serious... farming level 3. There it is. Finally, let's get to our cloth blossom, please and thank you. And find a really good place to stick it. I don't want to put it like right where those are. All the green spots are like where our... You know what? We're just going to do it. We're going to put it right here where all these beautiful melons are and extend the field a little bit further. We'll go even further because I want it to be even on both sides. Yeah, okay, so that goes all the way out to here, that goes all the way out to... This one went too far. One too far. One row too far. There we go. Unfortunately, she's gonna have to harvest the buttermelons and then cut them all down. There's plenty more though. Maybe not like a lot, but... Oh, the attack is on. Or at least she's heading inside, so when they get here, it won't be a big deal. Also, I agree with you that we can just kind of like remove field and let those grow on their own. They'll do what they want to do. Alright, Ember, let's go ahead and draft you. We'll stick you right here. Actually, I kind of like the idea of her just staying right on the top of the stoop. She's up high, she's elevated, she can fire at them when they arrive. Yeah, I think that's a good vantage point. We know they're coming from this side, so... Ever so slowly, let's speed this up. Are these guys injured? Sometimes they send like the injured ones at you to like kind of like get you used to this new predator. Meanwhile, we have a new resource. It's called wine. Okay, so here she is, bored out of her gourd, staring at her front door, waiting for the threat to arrive. Meanwhile, the place is looking kind of nice with all these fields around it, not gonna lie. It's a pretty good look. That's kind of a pretty looking place we got going on here. For such a cute little solo settlement. There we go. The fight is on. So we got him trapped right here in this trap. And he's just fishing a barrel at this point. Here comes number 2. He's gonna run up and make the same mistake. So there, he got stuck in this trap. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is why we set up our defenses this way. Alright. Back to 3 speed. We can undraft her. She's not even injured, so she's just gonna do what she wants to do. Do we need to research these? I guess we know what they are, so we don't need to research them. We can just butcher them at this point. Yeah. And then harvest the last buttermelon and then plant this field. Risk of meltdown. It's not great, but she's making the most of it, obviously. Like, I think I'm proud of her. I don't know about you guys, but I think Ember is doing an excellent job as a solo survivalist. I think she was a good pick. I don't know what other picks are going to be like top tier picks as far as like who other people have done this challenge with, but I'm really happy with Ember. I think it was a good choice. Mikey says you can plant fruit bushes around the base, then delete the field. Oh, I already read that part and I did it. And it was a good idea because that got her to the level we needed her at in order to plant this field, which is the cloth blossom, because she is really desperate for some clothing. And now she's gonna haul those in. We still have some buttermelons that are growing naturally. So I don't feel the need to plant any field. And actually there's way more this way too. Like, oh man, there's so much more. There's like, yeah. I don't feel as bad anymore for taking out the patch that I did, because looking over here, there's so many that are just growing naturally in the immediate vicinity. So yeah, this was not a problem. Cool, 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 cool. And again, she has way more food than she needs. So I'm not concerned about that. I think that she's going to be fine. She's got a buff for drinking wine. She enjoyed an alcoholic beverage. I really needed that drink. I don't doubt it. You had to shoot 2 scissor hands. You had to plant an entire farm by yourself. You have to do all your own metalworking. You got a lot going on, and you have to do your own research. Everything is difficult, and there's nobody to help you. Not even the snowman. The snowman, zero help. Zero help whatsoever. The snowman was useless. So it's a tough world. It's a tough world for poor Ember. New insect nest. Oh great, they spawned this right here. Oh, they spawned it right on the Koju's like nest. That's terrible. Like, here's the Koju's nest. They literally spawned this new. They're gonna eat them. Ah. That's so rough. That's so rough. Where are we? Okay, we're over here. So that means the nest is to this side of us. We just need to avoid that general area, sounds like. Which is fine for now. I'm happy with doing that. It's far enough away. I don't feel terribly threatened. The closer one is this one right here. Straight ahead. You can see it. It's got like this huge mound that's completely exposed. Speaking of this direction, I think we might have more. I don't see any more feathers, which is what I was looking for, but we do have other things over here that might be useful to us. So I will go ahead and mark those for use. Looking this direction, same thing. What else do we have over here that might be useful to us? The grain cobs. We can mark those for harvest. But what I really want is not here. But we just planted it, so it will eventually be here. We'll eventually have it. Oh look, one of these. Is this closer than the one I had queued for research? It might be. We'll add that to our queue for research. She is still going at 3 speed. I know I'm like not spending a lot of time focusing on. That is really pretty though. Actually, I'm really happy that we planted some farms, because that is so much more aesthetic than what it was before. It's the little things. Oh gosh, that's scary though. That was a lot of lightning. Service drones are invaluable. Agreed. Actually, that's going to be really useful. As soon as we can just get like a proper power grid, we really need these electronics so I can start researching and then making solar panels and wind panels. Once we get those off the ground, then we're cooking, because we can power our electronics and then we can start developing some assistance with the drones, especially, and the service bots too, but the drones. Definitely the drones. Neil says, I think you're in a really good place. My biggest worry would be the gun running out. Yeah, I agree with you on that, and I can't seem to even get her to stay at the workbench long enough to create a spear. Like, that's been an ongoing struggle here. I'm gonna pull the roof down. Like, did she finally do it? Did we finally get a spear? We do finally have a spear. So at least there's that, but that's not gonna do us too much good. We really need, oops, I woke her up. Let's put her back to sleep. We really need, I should have let her at least finish loading that, but that's fine. We need a ranged weapon, and she doesn't have the resources to do it. We need a lot more sticks and a lot more cloth. The cloth seems to be the big problem. We don't have a lot of that, or not enough of it. We have 2 fabric cloth and then 80 skin bark, but apparently that doesn't count. Maybe I have to like actually convert the skin bark into cloth. I don't know. Let's see what this says. Veggie leather, skin bark into cloth. Yeah. Let's make 30 of them, I guess. Did we already do this once? Until we did. But nobody has crafting level 2, so she needs crafting level 2 to make this happen. Which is gonna be just another struggle, like another thing we have to reach. We've got sticks just sitting out here decaying. Can she bring them in, or we have nowhere to put them? Let's find out. It looks like we have somewhere to put them. Okay, she's gonna use them in the furnace. That's somewhere. Crafting. How can we get her crafting up? We can keep making... We don't have enough to make bandages. We don't have enough for healing bombs. We need some more feathers, and then we can make cloth. So we gotta find another nest with feathers, or another place where these big birds are. Feathers, here we go. Let's use them. And then let's have her immediately come out here and grab them. No, that's the egg. Haul the feathers. There we go. Immediately have her come out here and haul them. Eating. Okay. She queuing up all the feathers, please. Because if we have feathers, then we can do crafting. We can craft some fabric with the feathers. Okay, so she's bringing it in. And really hope crafting cloth with feathers will get us to level 2. So she can start making a ranged weapon for when her gun breaks down and she really needs something to fight with. Mushrooms will be ready soon. That's good. And then we can craft more bombs. That's true. You're right. We'll be able to do this. I wonder, if I turn this off, what will it show me? It shows me that these are ready. She could be harvesting green cob. It'd be really nice if while scavenging she'd bring home some electronics. That would really launch our ability to research some more technology. Nope, just more scrap metal. That's all she's good at scavenging. You would think by now she'd be better at scavenging. Where's the... I don't even know. I don't even know what that counts as. Does it like go under construction? What? I don't know. But she's not doing a good job. She only brings back scrap metal, ever. We need her to bring back some electronics for once. That would be great. Really great if she'd bring back some electronics. Maybe if we scavenged this, that might make a difference. She needs rest, but I also want her to scavenge the landing pod just to test a theory. Like maybe if she was scavenging from this, we would get something other than scrap metal. I really want to find out, so we're gonna have her do that right after she's done harvesting. Alright, is she on the move? No, she's eating. Well, can't blame a girl for eating. Eating's kind of important. And she's crafting. Okay. Well, she'll go to scavenge at some point today. Let's have her do this now, since she's idling. I just want to know. I want to know if we'll get something different out of the landing pod than what we get out of these other hunks of metal. Scavenging equals physical, says Mickey. Okay. Excuse me. So her physical skill's really high though. So it's not the skill level. She has a very high physical skill, so it's gotta be something else. Okay, this time she did scavenge more than scrap metal. We got some synthetic material out of it. So maybe... What will that get us? She can make clothes. She can make clothes. Let's have her make some clothing now that she has that synthetic material. That was a win. I actually really appreciate it. So maybe if I turn off scavenging any other hunk of metal other than this, she'll spend more time over there scavenging that. And maybe, just maybe, we'll start getting better content out of her scavenging efforts. It is now a heat wave, so it's 87 degrees outdoors, looking at 78 indoors. I think she's fine up to, let's see, 111, so she's pretty good. She's still in a good spot. And she's about to have some pants, so that's good, finally. Finally something she can wear. I think we did end up making some shoes for her, at least, so she's not complaining about her feet hurting. which, you know, small victories, right? Gotta celebrate the small victories. Every little win counts. I think she's almost done. There we go. So now that she has pants, let's see if she'll put them on. Look at that! Finally! Now we just gotta get her through the rest of the wardrobe. That's awesome. Okay, I think we're good. We've got a new plan for scavenging that will hopefully yield better finds. We have a new plan for crafting. We have a new plan for tailoring. These are improvements, which is good. We should have more refined alloys, which we will be able to put into constructing this. This will give us fuel. Fuel will be able to use other technologies like a generator. If we can't get the solar power, we could at least get a diesel generator going. I'm gonna get rid of that. And coffee, and focus on some of these more important, get rid of that too, on some of these more important researches. Ember, what did I need this for? We don't need this, right? I'm gonna remove field. We don't need that. And then I'm gonna turn this off. We don't need to cut that. We don't need to cut that. We don't need to cut this. And we don't need to cut this. Perfect. Okay, beautiful. These are ready. You are absolutely right that these are ready. So let's harvest these. And that will lead to more glare bombs. Or it is glare bombs. It'll lead to more crafting, which is great. We also have the option, where is it located? I think, is it in leisure? It is the shroom torch. We can start adding shroom torches to our base so that we can have outdoor lighting. And if we have outdoor lighting, she won't miss as much when she's fighting threats at night. So I'm just going to continue putting these out here at these like intervals. And that will definitely help us when it comes to, I don't know, our visual acuity. Look at her go. She is like just on point. She does everything automatic. We have this, like, there's also beef berries back here ready for, what do you call it? I'm gonna actually remove this field. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. I meant remove field. I don't think we need to have a field back there. We can harvest them when we need them, but we don't need them. She has so much food. And I just don't want that to be taking priority over other things that might be, we might need more desperately than more food. How is it going, says Brazier of Thought? It is going well. I think we are off to a modest but effective start. I think we're gonna see Ember all the way through to a successful completion of the solo challenge. It just takes time. It's just not a challenge that you can really rush. You can't like speed run it. It takes time. You really gotta have one character do everything, and that's challenging. It's tough and time consuming, but rewarding. So we're on it. We got a great character. Ember has proven herself to be a one-man band. Not without her challenges. She definitely struggled with farming. She definitely struggles with crafting and tailoring, but we're getting over the hump. So all good, all good. Mickey says deconstruction produces more quality loot. Deconstruction or having electronic. I keep wanting to queue up deconstruction, but like I can't find it in the resources or in the research queue. And I don't know if it's because I already have it. Oh, spaceship deconstruction. We do already have it. That's why I can't find it. We just got to get to that stage of finishing scavenging something so we can start deconstructing something. So that's good. Great. So now we know we have the research. We just actually have to get through the scavenging part to get to the deconstructing part. That will hopefully yield us some electronics, which will then open up those other technologies that we're really, really trying to get to in the research queue. We just need the electronics first. We need to discover those first in order to start the research. Okay, rotted away all these feathers. I really wanted to use those. I'm not happy that those rotted away. But she is still crafting, it looks like, with fabric, so that's not bad. I just don't know. Yeah, she doesn't have enough fabric to continue making clothing, and that's bad. That's not a good thing for us. So let's see if we can find more feathers. Unfortunately, we're going to keep doing this way until we have Cloth Blossom. Which we do not yet. So we're standing by for that. Nope, sorry. Gonna keep telling you no. Every time he circles and comes back and asks if he can join our camp, the answer is always going to be no. Because I do not want to risk throwing off the achievement by adding somebody to camp after all this hard work. There are so many berries out here, it's insane. Like, this map came with so many resources, we barely needed to do farming. If it wasn't for the Cloth Blossom, we probably wouldn't have needed to learn farming at all. But we were really desperate for some Cloth Blossom, so that was just an unavoidable need. Wow, okay, I don't want to go over here. There's 1, 2, 3 nests all in a row there. I don't want to mess with them. What was I looking for? I was looking for feathers. That's what I'm after. I want feathers. And I'm not seeing any. Which isn't great. There we go, feathers. Finally. I'm gonna have her come get these now. So we're not gonna have the same mistake happen that happened last time, which is I queued it up to use, and then we never went and grabbed them. Brazier says, woo, yes. It's always nice when you get a really good foundation going with any challenge in a strategy game, because then it really feels like the gameplay was worthwhile. It feels like you used your time wisely. We do need a lot more cloth, so if these are ready for harvest, I'm going to mark them. They are. We're going to grab those as soon as she's in the mood to go do some scavenging. But now that we have this, I'm going to have her... Oh, we gotta go inside to craft use the crafting table to craft cloth out of feathers. We're gonna have her do that. I am gonna interrupt whatever it was she was doing before, because this is just kind of like my new priority, is to get her enough clothing to be decent. It's just like the bare minimum, man. We gotta give her the bare minimum. She needs shelter, clothing, food. And she's got shelter, she's got food, she needs clothing. We gotta cover the essentials. All right. Okay, cool. So we have ourselves some more fabric. Do we have enough to do a shirt? We do. So let's do it. Before she changes her mind and puts them somewhere else. Like makes a bandage out of them or something. Let's make sure she makes a shirt first. Speaking of bandages, she has 10 bandages, still 3 first aid kits. I don't know why healing bombs isn't listed there. Maybe they stuck that list somewhere else. We had made some at one point, I know that. Maybe we can... Healing bombs, not enough resources. We need more glitter caps. She can haul these in then when she's done with that. Actually, and she can haul these too. Okay. Too many things. Only one person to do them all. But we're making headway. Cloth Blossom is getting close, says Neil. Yes, I'm like eyeing it. I'm like looking at it at the top of my screen right here. And I'm just like honed in, waiting for them to start like doing the little white like puffs. And then we'll know it's time. Mickey Ripper says, I can't remember whether you get electronics when you dismantle a pistol. I know you get a power cell. Possibly sacrifice it when its health becomes low. That's a smart idea. I've never tried that before. Really need her to get that bow going, though. Like, have we done that yet? No, probably not. Like, I would really like us to have a bow at the very least. That'd be great. A bow would be great. It's telling me I still don't have the material, though, which is insane. All right, what is she up to? She's gonna go eat at her table and be happy that she has a table. So there we go, look. Ate at the table, enough food variety, well fed. All these things are good things, so that's great. Okay. She's out here doing, I don't know, zenning, doing her yoga, I'm not sure. Sleeping, maybe we'll have her harvest some heptagonia when she grows up. Oh wait, this is ready. Let's go ahead and build that, this biofuel reactor. We can actually start using some of the manure that the herds are leaving around. Create like a stockpile of fuel. That'll be great when we get our balloon up and running, which will only work when we have enough fabric, because fabric seems to be the most in-demand material in this gameplay. Okay, let's head back over here to her vitals and let's make sure that she has her basic needs met. It looks like she does. Her happiness is still sitting a little bit low. But I mean, once she wakes up and she's had like a good night's sleep, she's got a large bedroom, all of that stuff, we should see a bump in her happiness meter. I do like, I know it's kind of like silly, but I really like her cute little homestead here. She does have a cute homestead. It looks like we are getting a toxic ash shower though. Oh, and you know, if that wasn't tough enough, we're also going to see ourselves another Scissor Hands attack. So yay for that, I guess. Oh, hey, look, these are ready. I'll harvest these when she's done with her biofuel reactor. So she can head over there and we can actually start generating something from this. Let's do this from manure until, I don't know, forever. Just until forever. Just always make it out of manure, and then I will always queue up from the herds all the manure that we could be using. Also, she can just continue to use these eggs for her omelets. And yeah, we should be in a really good spot. Okay, and then this should also give us the opportunity to start crafting those healing bombs that she seems to be shy on. So maybe we'll bring her in here to do this when she's done. Yeah, she's got shortness of breath, but it's okay. We're taking her inside. We'll get her out of the ash storm and she'll recover, which is what she's doing right now. She's in moderate pain, shortness of breath, but she's indoors. All that should go away. She should have an improvement in health. Yeah, see? Just like that. Already recovered. And then she heads right back outside to endure it some more. I'm not sure what she's doing. Okay, so she's pickling vegetables. All right, I think I would like very much to take glitter caps off of the pickling vegetables thing, because I don't want to use that resource that way. Okay. We can pickle, like, all of these. We have so much access to buttermelons. We could be pickling those. I don't want to be pickling our glitter caps. They're way too useful to us in other ways. No to this, and this, I think we're gonna draft her and bring her in because she's under attack. And the attack is coming from over here. Yeah, she'll make it back to camp before they do. She's fine. She's really fine. This is gonna be fine. Everything's fine. The dog in the little burning house, everything's fine. No need to panic. We're gonna be okay. Pocolatte says, the green plus sign on her portrait makes me think she leveled up. I think it just means she needs to recover. It's because she's outside in the toxic ash storm, and so it's letting me know that she's healing. Yeah, see, her health is not full health. This little green plus sign will go away when she returns to full health. And Mickey, oh, I didn't catch your message. You retracted it. That's fine. Wallpaper, the fabric wall is real, says Pocolatte. The fabric wall. Yeah, not wallpaper, but the fabric wall. We got to get past it. That's a real hurdle. It has been a pain in our progress since the start of the stream. So actually, that said, we might want to extend this field in all honesty. Like, we can never have too much cloth blossom. We could really use some extension here. We're going to extend it a little more this way. Get a little more out of it. I could even move this, which I think I will. And then we can extend this closer to camp on the other side. Are we paused? We shouldn't be. Let's go 3-speed. Ember is on standby for this inevitable attack. She's standing on the porch, waiting to see the danger. And at least this time she's facing the right direction. See, there it is. And there's number 2. It's gonna be just like a repeat of the same attack we did last time. Like clockwork. And there we go. Now I can just undraft her and she can go on her merry little way. I think too, we might be able to like generate biofuel from, oh, maybe not. I was gonna say from the from these guys, but I think that's another technology we're researching. It's this one, the fuel fermentation. We should honestly, I'm gonna queue it back up, but I'm gonna move it back and move diesel generators up, because with the manure from the herds, we're gonna have more than enough fuel coming out of this bioreactor, assuming that Ember is feeding the generator. It says not enough resources? Are you kidding me? Like, how do we not have enough resources? Have you seen how much manure there is over here? Use. Yes. Okay. She's like in a state of recovery though. Not enough resources. I don't know how there's not enough resources. There's literally like so many resources. 90 more manure on this side. How is there not enough? Does she have to haul it in? Maybe she has to haul it in. Let's see. Let's go here. I'm gonna see what happens if I say haul manure. Maybe then we'll be able to actually put them in here. Look, our cloth blossom is ready. Harvest cloth blossom field. Okay. I haven't spoken to anyone in ages, says Ember. I know, girl. Ugh, that's so rough. You poor thing. That's really sad. I feel bad. I feel bad that she's like so lonely. What is she doing? She's eating? We're still on 3 speed, so this should be quick. Handling fuel fermentation. Still not getting enough. Alright, I think what we're seeing here is we really need to up our game with our storage. So I'm going to extend this field like I had planned. Extend again. Okay. I'm going to bring her out here after she's done resting to harvest this and then plant the remaining, or the new parts of the field. And gosh, what we're gonna say, oh, we need more storage. That's what I was saying. So let's plan some more storage. We're gonna do another shelter. We'll do it as scrap metal. We'll do it just like the one inside. Rotate this around. Okay. And we'll make it too wide. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Grab this, copy it, move it over. Okay, so this will be too wide. We'll have plenty of storage. This probably needs to move again, unfortunately. We'll put it, yeah, we'll put it here. That's fine. And then we're gonna give ourselves lots and lots and lots of stockpiles. So here through here, here through here, that through there, okay. And then another set of shelves. Do we have wood? We do have wood. We'll do a wooden shelf from here to, that's too far. We don't want to extend that far. From here to here. All right, that's the new construction plan for now. I do want her to focus more on, where is she? She's sleeping. I mean, she can sleep. She's exhausted. But then we're gonna use this cloth, okay, for things we actually need. Do we have enough yet to do the short bow? We do. That's the first thing she's doing when she wakes up. She's crafting a short bow. And then we're gonna have her harvest the rest of this. Construct these shelves and the shelters. And then we should have somewhere to actually put all the resources that we're harvesting. Make your storage must be an issue. It's a huge issue. Like this little too wide is not enough storage for sure. Definitely not enough storage. And this one right here, this one square, I think is hanging out. And she just put sticks in it, so it's fine. I was gonna delete it, but she just used it, so it's fine. We're gonna build more storage over here, and then we won't see all this stuff just kind of like laying about, like these pumpkins that are just laying about. All of this cloth out here that's just laying about. She's crafting that, which is great. That's what we wanted. Wanted to see that. She's gonna have a bow finally. So we have a backup ranged weapon. It's like, let's explore, but honestly, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not ready for exploring. And we'll queue this up for deconstructing. Once we deconstruct that is what we want to get deconstructed first and foremost, because I think our best material is going to come out of this. Okay, weapon short bow. Brilliant. That's lovely. We want to keep a hold of that. All right. And she's on the move, handling the furnace, transporting. Good. Shooting targets being moved. Good. Now what? Constructing shelter. All right. All of this is getting done. That's good. Are you going to get Ember a dog, says Neil. That's a great idea. I should do that. Yay, then she won't feel so lonely. Oh, I love that idea. We should definitely work on animal taming. Let's add that to our researches. Right here, animal taming. Boom. We'll even move that up ahead of fuel fermentation so that we can get that animal taming done. I like that idea a lot, Neil. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. She deserves a dog. Absolutely deserves a dog. So we're gonna do some animal taming and then we'll start scouting for dogs. They're always around. You just gotta look. Hauling manure reminds me of my social situation too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot she needs to do that, but we need to finish constructing the rest of this stockpile before we can get back to hauling manure. And then maybe then she'll finally have enough to actually start this biofuel reactor. None of resources in stock, 113. We have a lot of fuel though. Who knew? We do have a lot of fuel. Interesting. I didn't realize that, but of course we haven't been using it, so that's not surprising. Okay. She is sleeping. It's a little boring when she's sleeping, but that's okay. I wonder if... Nope, they're not ready. That's fine. What else is out here that we haven't used yet? Here's a cloth blossom. We have a whole field of those now. Oof. And yeah, there's more. They're like closing in. These nests keep popping up. Eventually we're going to have to confront them. Like here's one, there's one there. I think there's one back here. And then on the other side of the map, there's like 3 more over here. So there's only so long we can ignore them before they get closer and closer and we have to deal with it at some point. She is doing research, and then I'm going to have her harvest the skin bark back here because that's just another source of... Actually... Yeah, and then we'll harvest the cloth blossom. We'll do both. It's so weird waiting on one character to finish one task to get them moving on the next one. Definitely a different feeling. Have you guys done the... I know you probably told me last stream, but have you guys done the solo challenge? Do you remember how long it took? Because I feel like this is going to take a while. Hey look, extraction technology. We've gained a new production. I don't know what this is. Oh right, you can set a mining field right next to your camp and then it's convenient. It just becomes convenient. We'll set ours... We'll set it right here. Convenient little mining area for us. Insufficient materials. We are out of wood. That's fine. I'm not really pressed to set up this mining thing right away, to be honest. We have so much stuff just laying about, though, that is not getting taken care of. It's kind of like, all of this needs to be put away. We have so much stuff that needs hauled away. Where is she, anyway? Oh, right, I had her getting more fabric out here. I think she's got enough. Let's have her just haul this in. Nope. Once again, like clockwork, telling the person that wants to join our camp that they cannot. As lonely as Ember is, I just cannot do it. So we're just gonna have to get her... Like, we'll plan on doing some ranching for her. We'll get our girl some, gotta master taming first, but then we'll get her a companion. We'll get her a dog. We'll follow Neil's suggestion and we'll get her a dog, and that will help with her loneliness. She's taking a walk. I don't blame her. I do want to harvest these though, because cloth blossoms they have like such a short like harvestable period, and then they're gone. Or maybe that was grain cob. One of them, if not both, one of them was like that. And I felt like it was like a lot. Why did she just stop though? She was like, that's enough. We don't need more. Like, ma'am, we do need more. We need a lot more. We need a lot of fabric. Okay, when she's done, we're gonna have her, oops. We're gonna have her haul the cloth. We need her to put it away. And then maybe like actually haul the grain that's out too. And these buttermelons that are out, like let's haul those. Let's just haul a little bit of everything. This food that's out, let's haul that. Everything needs put away. Everything needs somewhere to go. These fields are looking kind of barren now. It's not as cute as it was at the start of spring, but now we're at like the end of summer. How quickly it went. How quickly it went. We're entering fall already. You can tell because all the leaves are turning orange. We're starting to see some orange trees up here. We're about to enter another winter, just like that. It went so quickly. So I definitely want her to gather all of the cloth that we possibly can before that happens. So this couple of days are just gonna be about like harvesting, getting all that out of the way, and then get back to scavenging and trying to increase our research once the season for hauling all this stuff kind of like goes out, which it kind of is. It's kind of going out of season. But she's doing what she can. And we're gonna need that cloth also to like upgrade her clothing for winter clothing, because she's still wearing these like very summery loose clothes. Let's see what her wardrobe looks like. She has 4 straw hats. Yep, and then the clothing on her back. That's it. That's what she has. Where is she now? Oh, she was scavenging. Okay. 26 scrap metal. And that was the whole haul for today. I do like all of these lights though. What do you guys think? The glowing mushroom lamps around the base. I think that's actually cute. I think it adds a lot to it. And not harvesting these beef berries makes this look really cute, like this nice little patch of plants behind the house. It's not a bad looking space. It's kind of zen. It doesn't look bad. I would feel comfortable here, I would think, until a mantis the size of a semi-truck showed up at my front door. Then I might feel a little differently about it. But just like at a glance, I think this is super cute. I don't know that I'd want to do all that work by myself. That's a lot for one person. But she's not doing bad. She's not doing bad for herself for being stranded on an alien planet. Oh no, the animals are migrating. I was counting on them. For my biofuel reactor, I was counting on them being here so that we could use all of their bio waste for our benefit. Can we finally, like, nope. We have to, like, haul all this in, I guess, before she can use it. Slightly frustrating. Oh, we're low on wood. That's right. We need more wood. She's not going to finish those shelves, and she's not going to finish building that mine without some wood. So I'm looking for... I always like to look for, you guys know this, if you've watched any of my other streams, I prefer to chop down fallen trees first before I go messing up the landscape by cutting down any actual like standing trees. So I'm gonna look in this direction. No. Still a no. Nope, I'm not seeing any. You know, there's like a whole herd here too, though. We could be using this. I could have her hauling this too. Okay. Now about those fallen trees. That's what we're looking for. Fallen trees. Not seeing any yet. I'll look over here. Oh, right, that's the edge of the map. Can't get anything from that. There's a bunch of wooded area over here. Oh, and there's a nest. Yeah, we won't look over there. We'll look over here. Alright, so I'm not seeing a lot of fallen trees as an option for chopping. I think we're gonna have to actually... Oh! Wait a minute. 45 fallen tree. Okay. Okay, this is where we're gonna farm our trees from. We're gonna come out here and we're gonna start chopping these. This is gonna be good for us. Cut 6, there we go. That'll be a good amount. Why is this guy... Did the bird... Okay, he just vanished. Alright, well that was a little interesting. This guy's also not doing so hot. Somebody had a fight. Got like 2 fallen trees here for us that we could also be chopping. Oh, and look! More of these, I did not mean to pick the melons. We have plenty of buttermelons. We don't need to harvest those. I was actually looking at the mushrooms, the glitter caps. Okay, we're transporting 7 lumber. That should... 70 lumber. I really think that that should get us where we need to go. Before I lose sight of where we are on the map here, I'm gonna queue her up to come back and harvest these. I know she's tired, but I just really want to get that done. She put all 70 of them into this, so we're not going to be building these shelves quite yet. We're going to have to get a little bit more wood than that, but that's okay. We've queued up a ton of these for chopping, so she'll be able to come back for this. And then we'll have her haul some glitter caps. She's about to be too exhausted to walk. I might have given her a little bit too much to handle for one day. I'm gonna like zoom us back towards home here. Take a look at, let's see, put the house down, or the roof down, so I can add to her queue sleep. And then after she's done sleeping, hopefully she'll construct these wooden shelves, because they look like they don't need any extra wood. It might actually be good on lumber for the time being. And hopefully, yeah, we're still at 3 speed. Hopefully she'll get through all of these tasks without fainting or having a total meltdown. That's my goal, to get her through this, even though she's exhausted, without fainting or having a total meltdown. Like, her rest is very, very low. Her food is very, very low. Relaxation, low. Happiness, 0. She's not in a good place. I just wanted her to make it all the way home and get through this queue, which I did include sleeping. Hopefully she gets that far. I like the mushroom lamps, says Poplate. I agree. I really enjoy them. She can be a monster rancher. I mean, you can be, actually, in this game. You can tame the monsters if you're really, really good and really, really persistent. It's possible. They made it possible. I haven't done it. Might have to try it at some point, but I know that you can if you're really, really stubborn. You can tame the monsters. Alright, I don't know where she went. She, like, came all the way out here to use the bathroom. She has a bathroom at home. And she fainted. She did not survive the... Oh, look, we're gonna have a... Yikes! We're gonna have one attack from one of these... Ooh, from those guys. That's not great. And she's fainted. She's, like, totally passed out. Okay, good. At least she's gonna try to go home. She managed to run past the aggro animals without getting chased, which is good. Now we just gotta keep her home until the attack and hopefully ready. So after she eats, I need her to sleep. Good, she's going to sleep. Alright, and now we wait. And to hope for the best. Hope she's well rested in time. And hopefully these lamps help us. So this will be the first time we're attacking at night with the actual light. I know when we were fighting the flying ones, it kept telling us we were missing because it was too dark. So hopefully now with the lanterns, we should actually do better. I am a little bit concerned because these spike-tailed insects are able to shoot, like, they're able to fling their tails at you and shoot spikes at you. So they have ranged weapons too. They might be, I think they are technically the most dangerous monster in the game. Maybe some people think it's the Cujos, I don't know. I think it's these guys because they have ranged weaponry. So if they have a line of sight to you, they can shoot you just as easily as you can shoot them, which makes them extra dangerous. We're just gonna have to wait and see when they decide to make their move. And she's gonna sleep for as long as they will allow before that attack gets triggered. I think I'm gonna keep her up on the step unless she's taking too much damage. Then I might tuck her away inside here. Or maybe I should start tucked in. Because if we start tucked in, like 2 squares back, she might get better cover than a 1 square roof here. So that's where I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start with that plan, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, so the attack is on. We are at 2 speed. We're expecting the monsters to come from this side. Yeah, they're coming from this side. And we are in complete fall mode. I mean, oh, shoot. No. Oh my gosh, I almost like messed that up. I clicked on her to move. I didn't mean to do that. But look at how everything has turned bright orange. Autumn is here. Autumn has completely arrived. And we're gonna go into 3 speed mode for this battle. So we can kind of like hurry up and get the attackers in. I can see them coming right over here. 2 of them at least. There's a 3rd one right here. The 4th is probably gonna come from that side as well. Hopefully our traps do their job. Oh no, our traps are trapping the wrong animals. These monsters. Okay, so she is taking some damage, but she's also shooting them. I need her to like shoot this guy, because he's really hitting her. Okay, missed cover. They're missing her because she's under cover. We can see that. Oh no! Oh no, they got her though. They got her, she's really damaged. I told you, these guys are so dangerous. Look at all the damage she took. Both legs, both arms, head and foot. She's taking a lot of damage. And she's gonna need to recover, she's gonna need to heal, and then she's gonna need to continue the fight. We've got one waiting here, dazed. This one's dead at least. This one's about to be dead, it's stuck on a trap, and this guy is also stuck on a trap, but that doesn't make them not dangerous. He's trying to break in, which is scary, because then she's really in trouble. I really need her to wake up. She's gonna like bleed out while fainted. I don't love that idea. I need her to wake up ASAP, or this run is over. I thought we were doing so well, and then we got attacked by 4 spike-tailed insects. We may not be doing as well as I thought. I really need her to wake up so we can have her heal herself. Hopefully she will go do it somewhere where she's not being shot at while she's doing it. That would be great. Assuming she wakes up at all, because honestly, she's not moving. And this little ticker is ticking down by a lot. Her health is a 36 out of 200. I need her to wake up. Old equipment, we know. We're aware. We know the equipment is old. That's not our biggest issue right now. Yeah, a medical emergency. I see that. Medical emergency Ember. I'm so aware right now that Ember is having a medical emergency. I would really love it if Ember would wake up and try healing herself. We got so far, you guys. We're on year 2, day 28, the 18th hour. And that might be where we end. At least the fall colors are nice. This Poke Latte. Yeah. Yeah. Looking on the bright side. Let's just take a quick look. One last look at these beautiful autumn colors. As Ember like literally bleeds to death because she just won't wake up. Any day now, Ember. Literally any day now would be great if you would just wake up. Whew, 17, 16. Come on, Ember. She is like, it's saying bleeding out in 1 hour. We need her to wake up so badly. 12 out of 200 health. 11 out of 200 health. If she does get up and makes a comeback from this, it will be the most insane thing. Look at how tiny that little sliver is of health. 8. She's a sliver of health of 8. How long is she gonna stay passed out? She may just... If she goes in her sleep, then she went as peacefully as possible, I guess. I don't know. I just don't know what else to say about this. 2, 1. Medical emergency Ember 1, 0. That's it, you guys. Ember has died. which means game over. We were not able to survive the solo challenge with Ember in this round, unfortunately. Although I will say she had a very cute homestead and a really nice scenic region, I guess. Really sad to see her go, but I appreciate you guys enjoying the playthrough with me and being here for this challenge. We will not be getting the achievement for this gameplay. Maybe in a future round, we'll see. But I think it was still a really fun play. You can't win them all, but we still learn new things from each gameplay, and so I had fun. I hope you guys did too. And we're gonna wrap it up here because that is literally all that she wrote. We have nothing left to add. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for staying, and I will see you next time. Bye!